Imagine this. A colossal alien fleet, shimmering with eerie blue light, emerges from the void. An unstoppable force, bristling with weapons beyond human comprehension. Their purpose? Conquest. Destruction. The end of Earth as we know it. But, in the face of this overwhelming might, humanity does not cower. We unleash our ultimate weapon, the most advanced warship ever built. A fusion of cutting-edge human technology and recovered alien secrets. This behemoth is designed for one purpose: survival at all costs. But can a single warship stand against an entire alien armada? Is there any way humanity can turn the tide against an enemy that has likely fought and conquered for millennia? This is not just a battle. This is the ultimate showdown between human ingenuity and extraterrestrial dominance, the deadliest warship in human history. If humanity were to build the most formidable warship ever, one that could rival an alien armada, what would it look like? It wouldn't just be a floating fortress of steel and missiles. No, this would be a fully self-sustaining, hyper-advanced war machine. Picture a starship spanning several kilometers, a fusion of spaceborne aircraft carrier, battleship, and orbital dreadnought. At its core, the ship would need a revolutionary propulsion system. Traditional chemical or nuclear rockets wouldn't cut it. Instead, we're talking about magnetoplasma drives, fusion-powered ion thrusters, or even an experimental Alcubierre warp bubble, a theoretical propulsion method that bends space itself, allowing for near-instantaneous travel between distant points. Imagine the sheer advantage of a warship that can reposition in a blink while an enemy fleet relies on slower-than-light speeds. Now, firepower. This warship wouldn't just carry nuclear missiles or railguns, though it would certainly have those. Instead, it would be equipped with directed energy weapons, powerful enough to vaporize incoming enemy ships before they even get close. High-intensity laser arrays, particle beam cannons, and plasma-based artillery would ensure that anything within range would be reduced to dust. And if those weren't enough, it would have kinetic bombardment systems, launching tungsten rods from orbit that strike with the force of a nuclear blast, without the radiation. But what about defense? The alien armada wouldn't just sit back and let this warship annihilate them. They'd fight back with unimaginable weapons, perhaps antimatter warheads, energy lances, or self-replicating drone swarms. To counter this, our warship would need adaptive shielding, capable of shifting its energy frequencies to block incoming beams. It would also deploy decoy drones, small AI-controlled craft that mimic the warship's signature, confusing enemy targeting systems. And for extreme situations, a hull lined with nanomaterial armor that self-repairs on impact, ensuring it can take a beating and keep fighting. But war isn't just about brute force. The real advantage would lie in advanced artificial intelligence, a battle-hardened AI overseeing combat operations in real time, calculating enemy maneuvers before they happen, and adapting strategies on the fly. Imagine an AI that learns from every battle, evolving faster than any human commander. This would be the difference between victory and annihilation. The alien armada's deadly secrets. While humanity's warship is undoubtedly powerful, it's facing an entire fleet of alien war machines, each potentially centuries, if not millennia, ahead of us in technology. What kind of enemy are we really up against? The alien armada isn't just a ragtag group of invaders. This is a cohesive, battle-hardened force, honed through countless planetary conquests. Their ships aren't merely mechanical constructs. They could be living organisms, bioengineered to adapt and repair in real time. Imagine warships that bleed, regenerate, and evolve mid-battle, making them nearly impossible to destroy permanently. Then, there's their weaponry. If they've been conquering worlds, their arsenal is likely far beyond anything humanity has ever seen. Instead of missiles or lasers, they might use gravitational distortions, tearing apart enemy ships by warping space itself. Or maybe they wield quantum destabilizers, weapons that disrupt the fundamental particles of matter, turning solid ships into dust in an instant. Their fleet wouldn't just be large, it would be swarm-based. Hundreds, perhaps thousands, of autonomous attack drones, coordinated by a hive-mind AI, capable of overwhelming defenses with sheer numbers. While humanity relies on strategy and precision, the aliens might fight like an unstoppable wave, sacrificing ships without hesitation if it means victory. But perhaps the most terrifying aspect isn't their technology. It's their mindset. If they are an expansionist species, they don't see humanity as equals. They see us as a resource, a lesser species to be subjugated, experimented on, or harvested. If negotiation isn't an option, survival means total war. Now, the stage is set. One warship, the pinnacle of human achievement, against a fleet designed to conquer entire civilizations. But how does this battle unfold? Can humanity's finest creation outmaneuver, outgun, and outthink an enemy far beyond our comprehension? Or is Earth doomed to become just another forgotten world in the empire of the stars? The battle begins. A clash of titans, the void between stars is silent. But in this moment, space itself seems to tremble. The alien Armada advances, wave after wave of biomechanical warships, glowing with pulsating energy, their ominous silhouettes blotting out the distant starlight. They come in a formation so precise, so calculated, that it suggests one thing. This is not their first conquest, but it may be humanity's last stand. Against them, Earth's deadliest warship stands alone, a lone colossus against the infinite dark. But it does not wait for the enemy to strike first. Instead, it unleashes a barrage of high-energy particle beams, each blast traveling at near-light speed, slicing through space with surgical precision. The first enemy ships are reduced to molten debris before they even have a chance to react. Yet, the Armada does not falter. It adapts. The remaining ships shift their formation, twisting in ways that defy human logic, like a swarm of predators responding to an unseen command. The warship's AI-controlled targeting system struggles to keep up as the enemy vessels begin phasing in and out of visible space. They're using dimensional distortions, a technology humanity barely understands. Then, the retaliation begins. Alien weaponry lights up the darkness. Energy lances strike out like celestial whips, bending through space, seeking weak points in the warship's defenses. Gravitational implosion bombs detonate, creating localized singularities meant to crush anything caught within their pull. The warship's adaptive shields flicker and strain, barely holding against the onslaught. But Earth's greatest weapon is not just its firepower, it is strategy. The warship's AI command system, a neural matrix built on decades of military simulations, instantly analyzes the alien attack patterns. It calculates a counterstrike, launching swarms of automated combat drones, each carrying miniature antimatter warheads. The drones streak toward the enemy fleet, dodging and weaving as if they have a mind of their own. Explosions ripple across the battlefield as enemy ships are obliterated, their strange organic hulls burning in unnatural hues. But as the drones do their work, something terrifying happens. The alien ships that were hit start regenerating. Where massive holes had been torn through their hulls, new material begins forming as if the ships are healing themselves. And then, something even worse. A section of the alien fleet shifts its approach. These ships are different, larger, more menacing. They do not attack conventionally. Instead, they begin hijacking the warship's AI. Through unseen data streams, quantum pulses, and exotic frequencies, the alien fleet starts infecting the ship's systems, attempting to turn its own intelligence against it. It is an invasion not of weapons, but of the mind. For the first time in the battle, Earth's deadliest warship is at risk of being outmatched. The ultimate counterattack. Humanity's hidden ace, the warship's systems flicker, its defenses struggling. Against the cybernetic onslaught, the AI, humanity's greatest tactical advantage, is under siege. If it falls, the warship itself could be turned against Earth. But the aliens have made a critical mistake. They assume humanity relies on automation. They assume our technology follows predictable logic. But this warship is different. A secret lies at the heart of this machine. Not just an AI, but a human pilot. Not a single person, but a small crew, trained in combat strategy and manual override protocols, prepared for exactly this scenario. While the AI battles the invasion inside its digital core, the crew takes control. They shut down unnecessary systems. They revert back to old, unhackable hardware. Analog circuits, manual thrusters, even physical targeting mechanisms. The warship, shifts from a precision-based AI battlefield to an unpredictable, human-driven battle. Something no alien algorithm could anticipate. With human intuition at the helm, the warship goes on the offensive. Instead of calculated attacks, it begins using erratic maneuvers, unpredictable bursts of speed, sudden power shifts. Things an AI would never do, but a desperate human might. Charges straight into the heart of the enemy formation, guns blazing. The ship's railgun arrays activate, massive magnetic cannons firing hypervelocity slugs, each moving so fast that even alien defenses can't counter them. The rounds rip through enemy ships before their organic hulls can regenerate, tearing them apart molecule by molecule. And then comes the final play, the warship's trump card. A dark energy weapon, hidden deep within the warship's arsenal, powered by recovered alien technology. A weapon so experimental, so dangerous, that using it is a last resort. The crew initiates the charge. The ship's entire power grid surges. The shields flicker and drop as all energy is redirected into a single, devastating blast. The alien fleet realizes too late. A pulse of incomprehensible energy surges outward, a controlled weaponized black hole. It collapses space itself, pulling everything caught within its radius into oblivion. Hundreds of alien ships vanish in an instant, their own gravitational defenses turning against them. The once invincible fleet is now on the brink of destruction, but in the process, the warship itself is caught in the gravitational surge. With no shields, no power left to escape, it is being dragged toward its own annihilation. The crew has mere seconds to act. The battle is nearly over. The alien armada is in ruins. But will Earth's deadliest warship survive the weapon it unleashed? Or has humanity secured victory at the cost of its greatest warrior? The last stand. Sacrifice or salvation? The warship trembles as the gravitational vortex pulls it toward oblivion. Systems are failing, the hull groans under the immense force, and escape options are dwindling. The crew fights against time, desperately rerouting power to the propulsion systems. But there's a problem. The ship is out of energy. Every last reserve was funneled into the dark energy weapon. There's nothing left to break free. If nothing changes, in a matter of seconds, Earth's greatest war machine will be torn apart, taking its brave crew with it. But one final option remains. A desperate maneuver, one that has never been tested before. The ship's experimental warp drive, based on recovered alien technology, is still intact, but it was never designed for emergency activation. If they try to use it now, there's no way to control where they'll end up, or if they'll even survive the jump. Yet there's no choice. It's death, or the unknown. The crew initiates the sequence. A deep hum reverberates through the ship as the damaged warp core struggles to generate enough power. Sparks fly. The ship's structure begins to crack under the increasing pressure of the gravitational pull. The alien armada is already gone, obliterated by the very weapon they underestimated. And then, the warp drive activates. The warship vanishes in a violent explosion of blue and white energy, just as the gravitational vortex collapses on itself. For a moment, the battlefield is silent. The last remnants of the alien fleet drift as charred debris. Earth is saved. But at what cost? Where did the warship go? The mystery deepens. Earth's greatest warship, its legendary crew, its powerful AI, gone without a trace. No distress signal, no wreckage, no lingering energy signatures. It's as if they simply ceased to exist. The war was won, but the hero of that war had vanished into the unknown. But then, something happens. Months pass. Humanity begins to rebuild, using the wreckage of the alien fleet to advance its own technology. Scientists, engineers, and military leaders begin deciphering new weapons, new propulsion methods, preparing for the possibility that another alien force may one day come. And then, a signal. Not from Earth. Not from the solar system. But from somewhere beyond known space. A transmission, scrambled and weak, but undeniably human. One phrase repeats over and over, distorted but clear enough to send shivers down every scientist's spine. We are not alone, and they are coming. But this time, it's not the same enemy. Something far worse has taken notice of humanity. And Earth's greatest warship? It may have just jumped into the heart of an even greater war. The war is over. But the fight has just begun. Did humanity just survive one war, only to be thrust into another? What did the warship's crew find on the other side of their jump? And most importantly, if an even greater force is coming for Earth, will we be ready? Let me know. If you'd like a follow-up story exploring what happens next,